snowfall warning from Environment Canada as the city braces for heavy snowfall. Weather specialist Patricia Jaggernaut will have your full weather details coming up. It's 10 o'clock from 299 Queen Street West. This is Toronto's breaking news, CP24. Hello, I'm Christina Tenalia. Of a condo building in central Mississauga will be tested for COVID-19 after 5 cases of a variant of concern were identified. Peel Public Health will conduct the tests tomorrow. While they haven't named the building, they say the cases are of the B1351 variant. That is the variant first discovered in South Africa. Peel Public Health say they're doing the testing now, while community spread of this variant is still low. Well, details are emerging as to who will be next in line to get vaccinated, as deliveries are expected to ramp up of the vaccines in the coming weeks. Live to CP24's Mark Liverman with the details. The good news is, Mark, some people who are in the second round to get vaccinated now move up to the first.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest take-home message in all of this, Christina. We now know population of those who are 80 and older are now being bumped up. They're now in phase 1. Of course, this is coupled with all of those frontline healthcare workers, especially the ones who are most at risk of being exposed to COVID-19. I want to give you a look here of this next group to be offered vaccines. This will be adults who are 80 years old and older, staff, residents, and caregivers in retirement homes and other congregate care settings for seniors. The next highest priority healthcare workers, all Indigenous adults and adult recipients of chronic home care. The province says only last-minute cancellations, no-shows, or remaining doses, those will go to phase 1 priority populations. Right now, only 2 COVID vaccines, both Pfizer and Moderna. Those are both produced in Europe, are approved for use here in Canada, and we both have seen them. We have all seen them come up short in recent shipments here. Of course, the hope is that this will change over the coming weeks. Here's more, though, from infectious disease expert Dr. Isaac Bogosh on the phase 1 group being expanded to now include those 80 and older.
It's a big deal. We know that age is pretty much the biggest risk factor for severe COVID-19 infections and poor outcomes. And we know that there's more Pfizer vaccine coming into the province and into the country, and it's a big deal. I mean, it's really helpful that we can expand these programs beyond those initial cohorts into community dwelling elders. It's going to do a lot of good. It's ultimately going to save a lot of lives.
And Christina, on the front of vaccines, a little bit of a concerning statistic. Less than 2.5% of the total Canadian population have received at least 1 dose of a COVID vaccine. That's less than 1 million people. Back to you.
Okay, Mark, thank you so much for that. Let's go to the latest numbers now. Ontario is reporting 981 new cases of COVID-19 and 42 additional deaths, 17 of which are in long-term care homes. Close to 49,000 tests were completed over the past 24 hours, bringing the percent positivity to 2.6%. 122 new cases are in Toronto, 209 in Peel, and 171 in York Region. The Ministry of Health says case counts may fluctuate as Toronto Public Health migrates to a new data system. Instruction for students in Toronto, Peel, and York on Tuesday. Classrooms are reopening for tens of thousands of students for the first time since the Christmas break. Annie Kidder from People for Education spoke with us about the importance of getting kids back to school, but also keeping schools safe.
I think that it's important, the asymptomatic testing is important to be able to get some understanding about where there is COVID and where there isn't COVID. I think that, though, most important is following all the rules. It's like your kid has a snuffly nose, they can't go to school. If you are sick, you can't send your kid to school. And I think that it's a lot of responsibility on individuals, but there are ways of doing it